Welcome back to Assembling Your Own PC. So far, we have inserted our motherboard, which you can see there. We've inserted our power source, which is right there. We've inserted our DVD drive, our floppy, and our hard drive. We've added cable, we've added our power connectors to all of the components thus far, except the motherboard. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our communication cables to our drives. So I'm going to lay it down. And we'll start with the hard drive. This is my hard drive cable. It's an EIDE card cable, I'm sorry. And the end that says master is the one we're going to use, and it's going to go into the slot for it. And it just presses down. You make sure you have it evenly, and it'll just insert right there. Okay? And then next we're going to, this is going to be our cable for our DVD. Now some DVDs or CD drives require an audio cable. This particular one does not. So I'm going to go ahead and insert this drive. You also want to make sure when you're connecting your cables, if you look at your cable, there's a red line down the cable, and that is to indicate pin 1. So if you look on your hard drive, on this particular hard drive, there's a notch that indicates pin 1. It's right along the red line. And the same thing for my DVD drive is also labeled pin 1. I'm going to go ahead and insert that. Move it out of the way. My floppy drive, the floppy drive is a little bit smaller. These are 40 pins. The DVD, CDs, and hard drive EIDE cables are 40-pin cables. The floppy drive is 34 pins, and it has a little twist in it. That's a good way for you to tell the difference. But it does have the red line to help you and to guide you through your process. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and insert that with the twisted end close to the floppy drive. Okay, and our next, we're going to go ahead and install our PCI slots. And our PCI slots are, we went over that when the motherboard was out of the case. They're down towards the bottom here. There's 3 PCI slots and 1 AGP slot, which is your video card. So we're going to go ahead and grab the video card first. I'm going to make sure I'm grounded because there are chips on my video card, and I don't want my chips to short circuit. You never touch any of the components and never touch any of the leads. I'm going to hold the end, and I'm going to place it in almost the same way we did the memory card. It's going to go in almost the same as the RAM. Actually, I've got to open that bay first. Most of your PCI slots, they have individual screws, but this particular case has one major screw, and it just lets you have access to it right there. I'm going to put my screw over to the side so I don't lose it. Now I should be able to insert my AGP slot or my PCI slots without any difficulties. And I'm just going to slide them in. And remember what I said about wiggling? You can wiggle from side to side, but never front to back. Okay, and I have placed my AGP card inside. I don't know if you can see it. And now I'm going to go ahead and install my PCI cards. They're installed the exact same way. I'm going to start with the modem. It does not matter which order you place them in. They just all insert the same way. They just snap right into place. Okay, my final card is going to be my sound card. Now once you get all of your cards in place, you should be able to stand your system up and they should stand firm without falling over. But you still want to secure them in place with the screw that's intended for it. Okay, we've got our PCI cards in place. Alrighty, so thus far we've got everything done except connecting all of our components to the motherboard, including the power source. And that's what we'll cover on our next segment. See you in a bit.